Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Estrita Mascarenhas. In this video I will show you, the Instagram head Mosseri answered the questions regarding the new renamed company Meta and what is it exactly about and its features related to Instagram and Facebook. What is Meta? Facebook new name is Meta. It's a corporate name change of the company, which owns Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram and Oculus.
So this has been a big week for us here at Meta. We renamed the company, which is a very big deal. And we talked a lot about how we're really excited about helping build the metaverse. And a lot of you are probably wondering, what is that? It sounds a little bit like some Silicon Valley jargon, I think, to most people. So I thought I'd explain a little bit about how we see the metaverse. The idea is basically an internet that you're not on, but rather in, a more immersive experience. And it's one that's here in a lot of ways. You've seen these ideas come up in products like Roblox and Fortnite and others, a lot in the gaming space. But if you think about how we connect with each other via the internet today, it's mostly flat. We use small glowing rectangles or big glowing rectangles to access a whole world of information and a whole world of people that we care about, that we want to connect with, that we want to speak to. And you can imagine those experiences would be enriched if they were more immersive. Maybe three-dimensional, or maybe more immersive in other ways. And that's where we're going. And we can give it a name or not, but it's gonna be what happens to the internet over the next 5, 10, 15 years. And we wanna lean into that shift. Now, why is it exciting? Why does it matter? Well, I think if you think about the use cases for Instagram specifically, they can often be enriched in a more immersive way. The two primary reasons people use Instagram are to be entertained and to connect with the people that they care about. So my brother lives in LA, sister in Berlin, father's in Tel Aviv, mother's in Connecticut. Today we use Instagram and WhatsApp all the time to video chat, but we're looking at a flat screen. You can imagine that instead of talking on a video chat in a flat way, looking at a glowing rectangle, we could be in a room together and that would feel more intimate, that would feel more connected somehow. I can imagine watching a movie with my brother where I can look over and see how he's reacting. You can imagine a world where creators can create spaces that their fans can maybe pay to enter and they can connect with the people that they admire and aspire to. Maybe that's a membership. Maybe that's a way that they can help make a living. All sorts of interesting ways of enriching things that people already do, not only on Instagram, but on the internet more broadly. If we look back in 5 or 10 years and I think about the examples I just cited for all of you, they'll probably be embarrassing. Because every new medium borrows heavily from its predecessors. When radio became really big, the thing that they did the most often is they borrowed heavily from film, because film was popular first. And they used to act out movies on the radio, actors and sound effects, and it was terrible. But slowly but surely, it found its home in music and in talk radio and talk shows and the rest of it. The internet. We call websites still web pages, because we were borrowing from the book as a metaphor. There's no reason why a website needs to be a page or a flat space or a series of flat pages. But it helps us sometimes to borrow from existing metaphors when we're working with a new medium. And the metaverse is gonna be a new medium. It's gonna be an internet that you're in, not on. Whether that's a virtual world that a creator creates or just a way to augment the actual room I'm sitting in right now. I gotta say, I am incredibly excited that we here at Meta are leaning into this. We're not going to be building this alone. It's too big a thing for any one company to build alone, but we are excited to be at the front end of it, or at its frontier. More to come. It's going to be a wild ride, and I hope you enjoy. Peace. Metaverse. This week we announced at Facebook that our new name as a company is Meta and walked through a lot of our plans about what a more immersive internet will be like. So I'm going to focus on that. This is a great question. The answer is no. The metaverse is too big a thing for any one company to build. I actually think the biggest risk is that it's going to be heavily fragmented and these different worlds will not be integrated. You won't be able to bring your identity or your things from one to the other. So we want to build a more open metaverse. No, we didn't. We are way too big, unfortunately, to change our name in a handful of weeks. We've been working on the rebrand for about 7 months now. Honestly, it's not a great time to launch a rebrand given all the scrutiny, but we think it's important to keep moving forward, and so we did that. For the foreseeable future, I think the primary way people will get to these worlds, if we can call them that, is through phones. I think that's going to be how things go for a while before headsets and glasses and all these other technologies advance. Absolutely. Creators are going to create most of the things in the metaverse and on the internet more broadly, not companies. Whether it's virtual worlds or virtual goods or virtual clothes or even just digital art, creators are going to be making the bulk of it. We don't know yet, but we do know that your identity on Instagram, your friends, the creators on the platform are going to be important parts of the metaverse, and that there are going to be more interesting ways to connect people with their friends and to help entertain people in a more immersive internet. It's certainly going to open up a world of new opportunities, from digital goods to experiences that maybe you can pay for, that creators can curate or make. And before you roll your eyes, think about things like how much people spend on goods and games or Top Shots with the NBA. Honestly, long term, I think you're going to be able to be whatever you want in the metaverse, and that is super exciting and also really concerning. So I think we're going to have to think through what that means from an accountability perspective, from an expression perspective, from a safety perspective. There's lots to think about with regards to equity in the metaverse, but the one that's the most immediate, I think, is a little bit simpler, which is in the world of avatars, where you're going to pick something that represents you. We have to make sure that you can actually make it look like you, no matter what you look like. I should have started with this one, but you can think of the metaverse as a more immersive internet, one that you access instead of through a flat screen, through other technologies that allow it to feel more real, like you're in it, not on it. There are lots of things we can imagine. We don't really know where we'll end up, but here's one. You ever see someone go live at a concert? Imagine you could just be there too, or at least feel like you were there too, and they could feel like you were there with them and you're watching it together.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more trending editing tutorials and information like this.